kids, girl. Do the rap for the kids.
June Jambalaya coming right back at you. The season 14 fish can't get any better. I'm a real divine girl, but my name is not Loretta. I'm looking at the crown like I'm about to come get you. Bougie bad bitch, spend my stimulus on the bundle. Season 14, bitches, get ready to rumble.
Ow!
Come by here. You promise you never come by here. Come by and see about me.
Welcome to another episode of Life After the Race, where we talk to some of your favorite Black and Brown queens throughout the seasons of Okay, so today we are here with my good Judy, my good sister, Miss June Jambalaya. How are you? It's so amazing to have you here.
Good, the little regal chocolate.
Yeah, it is good. So what happened today is I got to hang out with June earlier today and do her makeup before filming Life After the Race.
As you can see, because I don't do this.
But you look great. I love it.
I'm obsessed. I feel like a queen.
Oh, okay, great.
Yes.
Great. I was just like, we had to get you out of human hair. I was like, I can't have you in another human unit. And I have a bucket full of human units, but I was just like, no. So I said, what can I put her in? And I said, I wanted to do something something, very black, very African.
Show off the face.
Yeah, it was very cute. I did put her in a little bang unit moment. It was cute for a moment. But anyway. On to this. So, Life After the Race. June, I would like to know, what was it like getting there? Like walking into... Actually, no, we had a few complications that we talked about earlier. Mm-hmm. So, most people I ask the question, what was it like getting there, walking into the entrance room? But we talked about your entrance look and how there were stunts and shows. And I don't think you ever told the world what. Because you were wearing a designer. What's their name?
Amelia Pucci.
Oh, Amelia Pucci. And it was very...
The coochie wasn't Pucci. Best believe it.
Okay, so we were all sitting at home like, girl.
Wah, wah, wah.
Yeah, it was very a bob. Asia O'Hara had a bob when she walked in on her season 2. She was also giving very housewife tea. Mm-hmm. You were too. But that was not the look that you had planned to come at. So tell the people what happened.
So the day before, we're already there because we're quarantined. Mm-hmm. We get a note that says secure our wigs and be prepared for anything. And in my mind, I remembered that the season prior, Simone's season, they walked in and immediately had to lip sync. And so I was like, oh, we're going to have to perform. I said, so let me just pull out a little designer piece, still designer, they're going to let me go. And in case I need to perform, I can perform. So that's what I thought. I was wrong. It was a mess. Even I accepted. Just because designer don't always mean it's cute. And now
thank you, because we were all sitting there at home. We were like, don't nobody care that it's
okay. And in my mind, I was just like, let me just really run with it and say that it's Pucci. Because half of y'all probably don't even know what Pucci is. So let me introduce you to Pucci.
Yeah, I did.
And so then I'm like, that's going, give me some grace. And it didn't.
It didn't. When you are the black girls, you have to come hard and correct. Amen?
Yeah.
So if that was not the look, then what was your look?
So because I was doing African for my talent, I had this African print suit made with this huge hat to cover my face. So when I stood, you wouldn't see me, and a fork. And so when I walked in, because my line was grab a fork, ladies, jambalaya, and serve. Right. That was the idea. But then the Pucci was on the back burner. As always, if I need to go for it, I'm going to go for it. And... yeah, I really wish I would have rethought that.
Yeah, because
it wasn't it. I can say it. It wasn't it. Good. I'm a realist. It wasn't it.
Because your promo was so strong.
And that's the thing, because after we do the promos after we film. Yeah. I just said there will not be a bitch in this photo that will come for me.
Baby, because you had the little
I literally thought, and so I went back, I did my fashion references, I thought about the scaparelli, the earring dress. Yeah. I said, no, we're going to take it further. I want it to float. Bitch. And I want them to come out of my hair. Bitch. And I was like, and I want to color. I just really I was so driven for that promo because of everything that had happened.
And see, that is another thing that I think that doesn't Like, we say this all the time, me and my friend Joel, we say this all the time. If you did not have the experience or go as far as you wanted to when you were filming, your promo has to be
Eat.
It has to, okay? I tell people, you need to do what Aja did, okay? Aja went home her first time sooner than what she thought, but when she came home, she had so many photos and so many, like, different things. You thought Aja was, and very much with that, when I saw that, I was just like, oh. And what was the color reference?
Oh, I did the pink and green for my mom. She's an AKA. So
Okay.
my pink and green is, my June's pink and green colors are from my mom, ladies of class and sophistication.
You are.
Cool your wig, yeah, cool your wig.
What did you say, ladies of class and
sophistication? Alpha, Kappa, Alpha.
Your energy gives me much of Delta, though.
You know,
You really do.
I have deltas in my family.
You
And I
delta.
have zetas in my family.
Yeah.
But it's funny. I really do think I'm an AKA. I'm a little bougie, but I will get with you.
Yeah, cause you know when you talk to June on the phone, June goes, "Hello, how are you?" And you go, "Who is this
woman?
Who is she, girl?" And she is middle aged.
Mm-hmm.
She's had at least 3 children. You know, okay, and they're grown. She got that water when she walked, the hips and the ass.
Self-insurance works on the phone.
Yeah, Sharon is her name.
Yeah.
Don't cross her.
Yeah.
She will give it to you. Yeah. Okay, so now that we understand that moment, because so many of us wanted to know, and I'm so happy that I asked you, because I was like, sis,
what was going on?
What was going on?
Because I feel like I look good from here up. That's what. But
yeah, the makeup was cute.
It was soft. It was just like, I mean, honestly, it's so.
There is a generation of the drag queens that go foundation, just a dot of concealer, a little. A bronzer and a gloss.
And I had just started to paint myself fully when I left for the show. And so I was like, that's my face. It's pretty. It's lasered. We're going to just go with it. And
you're such a bougie ass girl. It's lasered. It's.
Yeah. I was like, but now looking back at it, I think that's why the promo, the reunion, the finale, I just really...
Really? You did. You really, really did. Okay, so then tell me, how was it once you got there? Like, what was it like, bitch? Here you go. Do one better. Because I remember getting there and just getting to the hotel room. They do the whole search to make sure you didn't bring drugs, contraband, or anything like that, or a cell phone. Okay? They bring the little magnet detector to make sure you have a cell phone, right? They weigh your bags to make sure it's not over 50 pounds.
They didn't do mine because I'm a big girl, so it's like fabric.
You know what?
They didn't. Don't play that game.
I'm gonna ask.
Neither did they do cornbreads. She said same thing. I said don't play us. So I was like, don't you wear this. We need more yarn to look this good.
And fabric is heavy. It does. It adds weight. Because you be like, it fits in this bag. How is this thing 95 pounds? Anyway, okay. So how was it? They just did all of that. You're in your room. You got the little gift basket from them as well.
Maybe that's false.
No, we got a basket.
Oh, okay. Well, God is fair.
Okay. So you're sitting in your room, no cell phone, no nothing, just sitting on the bed. How was it?
Can I say, so fun fact, I cried when I got in the car because I didn't know where I was going. I didn't know what it was.
Wait, once you got off the plane and got your bags?
I live here.
Oh.
And here's the gag. I was crying because I said, for me to get in the van, I had to give up my phone. So I FaceTimed my mom, my sister, my nephew, said goodbye. Was crying because I didn't know where I was going. We only drove 2 minutes. It was down the street from where I live. And so I looked out the window and said, oh my God, that's my Target.
Oh my God.
So I just felt so much comfort.
Okay.
I was at ease. And then another mistake I made when I was there.
Well, we don't have to do it like that.
Well, I forgot they take your phone.
Yes.
I laid out all of my categories, everything how it was supposed to go on my iPad. I had everything in order.
Oh,
all my photos.
So like your drag journal.
Yes, my journal on my iPad. I had all of my photos of how, what accessories I was supposed to wear, how looks. I even had my rap written down.
Yes. I learned this from Miss Cracker. Miss Cracker had one season 10, and because they take all electronics, and so if you don't have it on paper, then you don't. But yeah, girl. So it was the look, and then we had like makeup, and then I had makeup references. Then it was hair, shoes, whatever. Yeah, this is the hair, the makeup, very bad. I even brought. Wait, this is the light up one. Where is it? This is the. Where is it? I brought extra eye makeup designs just in case I wanted to do.
Switch it up.
Something extra, but they give you no time for that bullshit.
Yeah, I even had my rap in my notes
on
my iPad.
Yes.
So, because we were the first girls from the pandemic. So I was like
ready to eat the girls.
Because I was like, first episode's gonna be a rap.
Yeah.
June Jambalaya come right back in. She's 14. Bitch can't get any better. I'm a real divine girl, but my name is not Loretta. I'm looking at the crown like I'm about to come get you. I'm a bougie bad bitch. Spend my stimulus on the bundle. Season 14, bitches get ready to rumble. Like, I was ready.
Do the rap for the kids, girl. Do the rap for the kids.
June Jambalaya coming right back at you. The season 14 fish can't get any better. I'm a real divine girl, but my name is not Loretta. I'm looking at the crown like I'm about to come get you. Bougie bad bitch, spend my stimulus on the bundle. Season 14, bitches, get ready to rumble.
Ow!
I was ready.
All right, let's touch and agree, y'all. Let's touch and agree. Holy Spirit, y'all at home. Holy Spirit. We need June Jambalaya to get a call for All Stars, okay? Amen. How was it like just being there? Did you ever answer the question about just sitting in the room?
Once I sat down, I processed that I was here because we have a week quarantine.
Mm-hmm.
And I was just like, it was so much work, the 3 weeks, because I only knew one designer, which was my friend Chauncey. And I didn't know at the time Ray Ortiz and all these other people, and they weren't responding to my DMs. And so
Ray Ortiz makes clothes for Cardi B.
Yeah.
And Alyssa Edwards.
He did my promo.
And but that's why it's magic. That's why it's magic.
He did my promo.
That's why it's magic. Okay, word.
I made a way after I got back. I found her. I was like, I'm going to get you.
I'm going to get you.
So yeah, I was just so overwhelmed because I was still working full time. I flew to Chicago to go to Domingo Cholula. Still, I was doing a lot in those 3 weeks we have.
Yeah.
And I just sat in the hotel, and that was the first time I exhaled from the call.
I know, I remember that moment.
It was the first time I exhaled from the call. I cannot explain. I sat on the edge. They had all my bins. I was like, my life, my finances,
everything.
my offering of my art is in these bins. And I just sat and I cried. And I cannot, my eyes are watering talking about it because I don't think people, unless you do it, you don't know.
You don't.
You get a call that changes your life. You have 3 weeks to do everything. And they just treat y'all so good. I was
a small town girl from nowhere though, so I needed that extra week.
It was a lot to do.
Yeah, it really
3
was.
weeks, and then I was working a full time.
Yes, girl.
I was a retail manager working a full time job, and I just don't think. I just remember just going and going and going. I sat down and I cried. I was like, I can't believe we did it. You started drag in 2019 and you're about to go to the Olympics. And I told myself, regardless of what happens in this situation, you know what you want the outcome. But remember, his plan was greater, always greater than yours. And
that was a
and
good
I told myself, I said, regardless of what happens, TJ, that's my name. I was like, regardless of what happens now, you did the work, so his plan is greater than yours. If it goes how it's supposed to go, how you see it, great. If it doesn't, that's because it's a bigger story. But his plan is bigger and greater than yours. Because I never thought I would get it my first try.
That's the offering play. That's the word. I so relate to that moment of just getting there and you work your ass off. And my first time, like,
Wusa.
ooh. My first time, like, the person who makes my costumes now, I had access to them, but they were working with someone else who was paying, and I didn't want to, like, and I'm very much a Gemini bitch. Where there's a will, there's a way. I will make it, okay? And when you have it,
You're a Gemini.
yeah, but my energy is very
like Cancer, Leo-ish.
Leo socially, but Mary, I could say it.
Wait, Gemini, May or June?
May, the good
Okay.
kind.
Oh,
It's no shade. I heard y'all are crazy. Okay. Hallelujah. But you work and you sew and you get it and you're there. I laid all my stuff out and I just looked over it and I prayed and I was like, Holy Spirit, just get me through. And then it's, time to go. First day in, boom, you see the rest of the girls. And now you're in it. So how was it being in the production and filming? Was it anything of what you thought? Was it?
fun fact, I was so nervous. Well, I just talked about this on Maddie's YouTube. I was so nervous my first time walking in. I hit the camera and we had to redo it. Like my entrance was literally like, I was this close to it and they reset and did it again.
Because you can't see. Because
They said go to the yellow line. You stop at the yellow line. I was looking at the furthest yellow line.
June, for you to be so bougie, and she drives a Mercedes.
Shifted.
Whatever, is still driving. Okay, flued out. With all of these things, why don't you invest in contacts that are prescription?
These are prescription.
And you still can't see?
I can see you right now.
So you didn't have them on Drag Race?
I did.
And you still couldn't see the camera?
No, I saw it, but I was looking at the line furthest. I was like, oh, they really want me to walk kind of close, but okay. I was being myself.
Yes, okay. The bloopers of Drag Race when they come out. It'll be great. Okay, tell me, what was... I'm going to ask you this because I was also eliminated. How was that moment for you while you were lip syncing? Were you inside your body present? Were you outside your body watching?
Which one? The first one or the second one? I was in the bottom of every episode I was on.
I really don't watch Drag Race.
Well, I was in the
like
bottom
that.
of every episode I was on.
So, the It's Chocolate. Well, let's talk about the first time because I only lip synced once and then went chopped. So
because I was in the bottom the first episode, I was a little beaten up because I was in the bottom of a talent show.
Yeah.
And you have a degree in art. Just like, woof. Yeah. So.
Can we talk about the look?
Which one?
The African one.
My talent?
Yeah. It gave... Did you make it?
No, I don't so.
Because that's what it gave. That you didn't... Like, it didn't look sewn.
For me.
Yeah. And then the undergarment was crazy. Yeah. Who made it? No shade. We won't tell them.
No person. Slauson. The guy from Slauson Flea Market.
Oh. I was like, who is that?
I
said, what white man is that?
Because they added the talent show a week before we left.
Always.
And I still, all of the people that were helping me already had my categories things pinned, and I didn't have anything else to add.
You were like, I can't sew it all. Can you hot glue?
Yes. Yes.
Oh my gosh. Okay, tell me, It's Chocolate, that final episode, like...
The lip sync, after I think it was just like, I just said fuck it during that lip sync. I'm gonna be honest. I was just like, I'm just gonna have fun, and just my one shoe slipped off and I decided to kick the other one off.
Yeah, girl, we were like, no!
And I didn't know it was like taboo to not be barefoot on Drag Race. Because, I did a whole African dance barefoot. But I was like, okay. And when I opened that chocolate bar, I felt foolish. I didn't understand the thought process behind of why we were doing this. I I thought it was going to be a joke. Like, I actually thought I was going to have the golden ticket. Like, I was going to be the first one with the ticket. And then, okay, the real competition starts now because we're all still here. That was in my mind. That's literally what I was like, oh my gosh. I was like, I'm going to be fine. I'm going to have this golden ticket. And it was like, all right, ladies, now the competition really starts.
Yeah.
That's what I thought it was. Like, because they had both came back. Someone was eliminated, came back. Someone was eliminated, came back. You know, my season was the season of nobody went home.
Yeah.
But me.
Yeah.
So I don't know. And then once it aired and it became a bigger thing, I was just like, really? This is how you want to remember me? With the sweat rolling down, the bus driver wig.
Baby, I had the mermaid, the pearls that were falling off.
But why would you want to not remember me in my best, my beauty?
Oh, because that's a competition. That would be reality television. That wouldn't be the competition, baby. When Asia's butterflies did not fly. Baby, the cameraman zoomed in. Yeah.
Butterfly on the floor.
Baby, in my face, they zoomed in. Yeah. You know, it's supposed to be your. I was so glad because I had just prayed for her to win. I was like, Lord, no. I felt like it was my fault.
I'm going to say, well, who are you praying to?
Oh. Whatever. She's successful now. Anyway. Tell me, so when you got home, did you want the It's Chocolate? Did you think it was going to be a moment?
No. No, I did not. I thought what I said when I left was going to be a moment. There's always room for Alizé and Jambalaya.
Girl, that's black.
Yeah, I thought my people were going to... Nothing. It was It's Chocolate.
Because that's funny. You know, if this was the 90s, Alizé would have been the shit.
I know.
Yeah.
Well, it's funny. All the reason why I said Alizé because, you know, in the hotel room, you don't watch, like, real TV. So I was just watching the Parkers every night. And I was just like...
You are subject to whatever those cable channels are. And that is, it sucks. It really does suck. Tell me about this. What did you do in the hotel room to help you keep sane? You know, mentally. Not like sexually or anything, but like, did you like...
I would cry a lot. And because if you notice, I only had one like moment where I like cried on the show. But I was just like, let me get it all out here, whatever I'm feeling, whatever I'm dealing with, because I have to be a soldier there. I can't, you know, I'm very...
Baby.
Yeah.
I was, especially my second time, bitch, I was like, I'm not playing with you raggedy fucking hoes today. Bitch, I was like, I had a giant wall up and they came up to me and they were like, we're not getting very much of the heart from season 10. And I said, so what you trying to send me home? Oh, bitch, I was so ready. I was so in defense, girl. And then, yeah, chopped. I knew it should have been me and Trinity, but whatever. I thank God I'm not. You know, I just wanted the little ooh. But I can buy one, you know. And I'm very paid. And the winners, most people don't follow them. Monet, but
love her.
You know,
Could I just say, I love her. Like you, Monet, Bob, Shay.
The door. I love. Good. Okay, here you go. What was the first thing you did when you got home?
As soon as I got to my apartment, my roommates were there. I told them what happened. You know, we still can't be on social media.
Right.
So I just
couldn't go out.
Couldn't go out. I live in LA, so I can't go out, have a life. So I literally put all my things in the living room, all those bins, got a plane ticket and went home to Florida.
Girl, I went home and I was just like, I'm gonna get a phone call back. My bag stayed packed for like 2 weeks. I was like, they're gonna call me. Like, and then when I saw that Cameron or whoever got the save, and I was just like, for that song?
Oh, Cameron was saved that whole season.
I was pissed. And that was my song too. Nasty girl. Oh, do you think coming in? Wait, was that the song that was the save song?
I think so.
Or was the save him and Eureka? It was him and somebody. I was just upset. I was like, I didn't want it. But God had a plan. Amen. And I went back to All Stars and dominated. And then went to go work on Netflix. And then, yada,
Amazon.
yada. Hallelujah, baby. I had that contract before I went to the UK versus the world. So.
She has a resume.
Hallelujah. So it will work out. It will work out. So you took a mental checkout. That's good.
And I was home. And I just, I spent a few days like processing what had just happened. And then I was like, now what are you going to do? That was my next question. Yes. And I was just like, I started going back. I was looking at your photos and Shay's photos. And then I was looking at like concept videos that people did. I said, what has not been done? Where do you fit in here? And I was like, oh my gosh, I'm going to make a video for every single category that we have. I said, I'm going to lemonade. Take the lemons and make lemonade. And that's what I did. And it was good. My favorite one was the one that you did, the Britney Spears slide. Yeah, that slide on the chair, girl, that really took me out. I said, she better work, girl. Yes, ma'am. Stronger. Yeah. Okay. Britney is queen. And that pushed me as if I would have stayed on Drag Race. To learn J-Lo's Get Right, to do Britney Spears Stronger. Like, I really did. It showed a range of this little black boy. Yeah. Of my dance ability. And I was really excited. Yeah. And tired.
Oh my gosh. Tell me, how was it like, now that it happened, right? So let's say the episodes air. Boom. How was, like, being famous? Like, what was that like? Like, boom, the premiere, we see you. What was instant fame like?
I really, really enjoyed the fame until the first episode. Because when the cast is just announced and then the promo picture drops, you would have thought I was people's call for top 4. And then I'm just dead center. Like, you were for sure I was in the final 4. Like, people were just for sure just off the promo alone. And I don't know, it was just like, it was so cool, and like all the positive things people were saying. And then the first episode came out, and then my headband falls, and all of those things. It's like, and then it's chocolate, and I can't sew, and then it's chocolate just overshadowed everything. So, I mean, it's still great for people to tell me, "Oh, you did a great run. I'm inspired by you. I love your drag, and I think you're talented. Like, thank you for doing African." And I was like, that makes me feel good. But sometimes when it's just like it's chocolate, because sometimes it's not in a kitschy, funny way.
What way does it?
Like, I've noticed that, from some of the non-POC fans, that it's chocolate, or, I've gotten on my comments, oh, you're only pretty for a black, N-word. Like, so it's like some of those things.
Lord.
Yeah, it was like, okay, I wasn't prepared for that.
How did you process that?
As we say, I just like block and delete. No. It's like, no. I was already still licking my wounds from the show. Still licking my wounds from what I just spent to go to the show, and what I just did to be there, and like the financial gamble I put myself and my loved ones through.
Because, baby, that is real. I recently had Mariah Balenciaga on, and she was on season 2. And not to say that she didn't have a financial investment and a hurdle in that area, but it's so different now. Because drag is so much more expensive now,
And for my season, I spent one of the, I'm up in the top 3 with packages.
Wow, that's crazy. And it really is a gamble. Like, you, in the words of Fairmont, honey, she said, anybody who goes home first or second just spent money for Instagram photos. And then she went home second. Girl, it was crazy. But here you go. This is the beginning of the rest of your life. Over and over. Okay, so now that the show has happened, I want to know this. What was the first thing you splurged on?
I've always acquired nice things, so it wasn't, not much has changed for me. Like I had my car before Drag Race. I was working, at Louis Vuitton when I was in callbacks. Like I think I put
already been that girl. I already been that girl. Passion, imagine it.
I think I really just invested into my drag more, like and doing my projects and the photo shoots. Like I was like actually on sets and like I rented a camel. I really just put more into it because I was like, the more you put in, the more you get out. The more you put in,
true.
And so that's just kind of what my process was. I think. Yeah, the big things, I bought my reunion and finale gowns. Like, I literally just kept putting back into June.
Yeah. Do you feel there has been a payoff?
I feel now, like, I still get the itch chocolate, but I really feel like I sought after for people to really see me as that girl. I didn't know who she was, but she's that girl. I know she's going to show up. She's going to look good. She's going to smell good. Like, she's going to be that girl. And I really do think that the negative indication from like the itch chocolate and how I looked and all those the wardrobe things have erased when you see like my Emmys photos, when I go to like, all the, the pieces I'm wearing and the things I'm doing and the photos and those photo shoots.
Beautiful gowns.
Yeah, I was like, I feel like that was what I feel like that paid off. I would still like to see a bigger payoff.
Mm-hmm.
If I'm being transparent.
In what way? What would you like?
I would love to do be the face of someone's makeup palette. For Pride Month, my name is June. That's above my vision board.
Oh.
I would love to do maybe a collaboration with an Ivy Park or a Yiddy. Those
Are you seeking those out yourself?
On my vision board.
Well, faith without works is dead.
Yeah.
Okay. And DMs are real. So, I think the fantasy of being found in obscurity, you're so extra special, when the reality is somebody else goes, bitch, I know I'm special. Look, I want to work with you because I need that bag. And I want that opportunity. So I think you should go for it. Just type them. Be like, hi, Blue Ivy, Beyonce, and Miss Parker. Put me on the PR list. Lovely. You might not hear nothing back, but you might keep working and doing your thing. And bitch, we remember the message and we see you working and now you get a PR package. Boop, boop. But I think it's I think you should seek them out. Seek them out. Especially if the team that you have isn't seeking them out. You know what I mean? But I would seek them out. Yeah, just send them a DM, girl. What has been some of the hardships post-show?
We getting real transparent. I think first and foremost, I pulled predominantly all of my savings, and I put it all into this. I quit my job, salary job.
A constant check, a steady check.
Yes. That I was comfortably living in Los Angeles, California with, for this. And also, I was so blinded by the goal that I was not compassionate to my loved ones who had their own lives as well. Like, if you did not help me, you don't support me. If you could not give this to me, you don't support me. And I was not, realistic that my sister's a mother of two. My mom is taking care of my stepdad because he's sick. All of those things wasn't going through my head. It was like, if y'all don't give me your all for my dream,
right?
Then, yeah.
I love at least you can at least acknowledge and see and now speak truth into it instead of still being living delusionally. Like, you could have cut your family members off and been like, screw y'all. Why? Because they didn't do X, Y, Z, something very, very minor where you could have thrown the towel and lost loved ones. I think that's beautiful because you were just talking about earlier today how you talk to your sister and your mom on a regular. So I love that. I think that's, here you go. There is so much that goes into drag alone, right? Just even if you're working locally. Now, most folks don't have these luxury jobs. You're just doing the hustle. When I started Drag Girl, I was trying to build my clientele as a hairstylist and then trying to buy like dresses from Forever 21. Mm-hmm. The sequin ones, okay? The little, shimmy.
And I don't know, I've always had this vision of June. June was birthed in Bloomingdale's where I first started working. And I would go downstairs to the mat counter and get my face painted, go upstairs, grab a costume, and then I was going to amateur nights in WeHo. So this whole aesthetic and thing of this housewife, because those are the women I was working with. Those were women I was styling.
Now it makes sense.
Those were the women that were coming in having those sessions with me. And I was like, that's the girl that she's going to be.
Oh, June, it makes so much sense. Because, we were saying this, like your Instagram is very, beautiful photos. Beautiful photos and beautiful gowns. But the personality of like, who is June? Where does she get her start? That makes sense because you do act very mature, a middle-aged woman, and so if those are the women that you were hanging out with, you do give like, yes, my husband is doing real estate somewhere. So.
Mm-hmm. They were kept. Like they would come shop with me on Tuesday, Thursday, they're wearing the same outfit. And they're back in here to see what was new. I said, from a day ago. Like those were the women that I was like, that's the girl. That's the blueprint.
I live. We were talking earlier about you in this next journey and you getting back into being a celebrity stylist. Mm-hmm. I think, one, tell us about like what that was, like one, being a celebrity stylist, and two, would you give thought to like being June? Because bitch, if you came to dress me like this would be kind. Okay. Very bad.
Yeah, I never really thought of putting two and two together. It was like when I left that side, I was like, oh, okay, now I'm just June. But I was like, no, June is the extension of Ty. Mm-hmm. And if that part of Ty is still, yearning to continue, we have to bridge them together. Mm-hmm. And I never really thought that I could until today.
I'm really happy. I think, here you go. June, you're talking about that you have a YouTube channel coming out. And I think if you can somehow, bitch, even if you just gotta go to Florida and just get one of them bitches there just to be like, just to have the photo of you in, drag, being a celebrity stylist and really put that out there, I think that's gonna work. And then build it on TikTok, do the little TikToks with them and whatnot. They will eat it up. And I just find like just more of your personality, because you're so funny, so sweet, so charming. Like this whole day has been like, so like, we speak in passing, but never for like long periods of time. So this has just been really,
even before I was a Rue Girl.
Right.
Like one of my first big opportunities during the pandemic was to be in your visual show.
Yes, I remember
and
that.
I took it so seriously. Grabbed all my friends. And
girl, she was in the desert.
And I was just like, and then I saw you at Avita, and I've always taken, the advice, and I've always taken, appreciation and love, and I got to spend a day with you.
Yay. So this has been so amazing. Okay, so we're going to close it out with, so we got the boom, we got the bam, we got the boom. Tell me, June, what are you most excited? Actually, I feel like the fans are going to ask this question because you explained June. Where does the jambalaya come from?
So I actually got my drag name, I got named in class. We were going across the floor, and my jazz teacher, he was like, you're just so fishy, Ty. And he was like, you could be a great drag queen. And in my mind, I'm still a Southern boy, so I could never do that. And he's like, when's your birthday? I was like, June. He's like, what's the last thing you ate? And the cafe with jambalaya was a special, so I had that for lunch. I was like, jambalaya. He said, June Jambalaya. He said, already Southern. That's your name.
Yes!
And I said, if I ever became a drag queen, that was going to be my name.
I live.
Yusuf Nazor. He was my contemporary jazz teacher.
Shout out to Yusuf!
He danced with Lady Gaga now. So.
Yes. That is so awesome. Most people go like, your dog's first name and the street that you lived on, but what was the month your birth in, and what was the last thing you ate? June pizza, June lasagna, June
Avocado.
Yeah, there you go. Avocado toast.
I really lucked into that because it was the special of the day, jambalaya and cornbread. And it's funny because I went to college with cornbread.
That's so crazy. Look how God works all things together. Okay, tell me this. What are you excited about for the future being June Jambalaya?
Right now, I'm in a place where I'm finding my happy again and my love for this art because for a long time, I was doing things of what I thought was going to get me the likes and the validation and the views, and I'm just like, no, what made you happy was when you were doing things for you, and that showed and had a bigger response than me just dropping the photo, and it was. I'm getting back to that place and I'm like, oh no, I'm going to show more of my personality and do a YouTube. I'm going to do TikToks and dance with my friends. I'm going to, talk about, there were times I wasn't always happy when I had to go to a gig, but I went because, I paid all this money and I had to pay people back and things of that nature. So I want to just, I was so focused on being perfect because of how I was left and how I was viewed. She wasn't polished, she wasn't ready, she wasn't this and that. And I was just like, oh, I'm going to show you. I'm going to be like, Photoshop ready at all times. Yeah. And now I'm like, there's so much beauty in imperfection.
Yes, there really, really is. I think, being a Black girl, you get on the show and leaving early, not having the coins, it is this thing that fans say and how they say it, that really digs at you. So then you're like, I gotta, really come out and do all this extra. And I think in the doing the extra, trying to be the thing, you forget why you were doing it in the first place, And so for me, I have just had to step away from the norm and just let it be something else so that way I can find my happiness.
One of my favorite quotes my grandma used to tell me, and I'm taking it back now. I'm taking back ownership of that. Take care of the minutes and let the hours take care of themselves.
Amen.
And I'm just like, I can only focus on my now and right now. And right now, I want to be happy and make things that make me happy.
I'm excited. I'm excited for you, June Jambalaya. Tell us where we can stay abreast.
I am on Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, June Jambalaya, and I always post if I have shows or anything coming up, and you'll be seeing a lot on me on social media on YouTube very soon.
Yes! And let the moans do its job. Let the moans do its job, girl, okay? Let it break it down. Anyway, we love you.
I'm not a moans for real, child. For people, because y'all already think I'm trans. I'm not trans.
She's just a faggoty boy.
Yes.
And that is lovely. We love it. So am I. But I'm like butch queen too, sometimes. We love you all. We'll talk to you later. Bye.